see me in a crowd, I'm gonna win, there's nothing to help.
What's poppin', my spicy people? I'm Nani, and it's very nice to meet you because this is my first ever YouTube video, so let's hope I do good. If you know of me, then you probably know of me from Instagram. Put it right here at NaniRez with 2 eyes. And if you don't know of me, get to know me because I'm great. I'm awesome. Ooh, I should plug in like my TikTok too. So let's do like this. TikTok, NaniRez. Instagram, NaniRez. Snapchat, Nikia Kiki. Ooh, I switched it up on you, didn't even know. So I put on my Instagram story, like, what do you guys want me to do? You want to hear a story about my coworkers getting drunk? Or do you want to hear a story about my crazy Korean clubbing? And you guys chose crazy Korean clubbing, so let's get to it. Also, like, message multiple times, like, oh, it should be a get ready with me, or not a get ready with me, but a makeup tutorial. But I'm not a makeup guru, so I'm just gonna do a get ready with me and a story time. And yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna prep my skin before I even get started. I like to use rose water, and I have this face lotion from Korea. It's like a aloe one from It's Skin. It's kind of watery, but yeah. So I use rose water and face lotion from It's Skin, and ooh, we're real close and personal. It should be ASMR. Let's see. I am me. You are you. I am me. I am, and I always will be me. Okay. So let's hop into the story. I don't even know where I should start. In this story, it's only me and Sarah. She's like a white girl, but she acts how you would think I would act, and I act how you think she would act. She's great though. She's absolutely fun, and I love having her around. And I can't wait to hang out with her again. But so there's Sarah, there's me, and there is cute Korean guy. Don't know his name. And there are 2 drunk Korean girls and 2 drunk Korean guys. So the story starts with Sarah and I have been already clubbing, I think. We've been club hopping already. And so we came back to the first club that we were at. This is down in Itaewon, South Korea, Itaewon. So we're in Itaewon, South Korea, Seoul, Itaewon district, I think it is. So we're out in Seoul, and you know, we're like completely vibing. Oh, and this is Mary Kay CC cream. But we were literally just there, and you know, we have been scouting the place already to see like who's there, who's attractive, like who are we gonna like hit up, who are we gonna go for, you know, what's the good, what's the bad. And I spot this dude. He was like, we're gonna call him, okay, this is the cute Korean guy. We're gonna call him Green Sweater Boy because he was wearing this, what's it called? A green sweater. Thank you. No, he was wearing a green sweater. And so I noticed this cute guy in a green sweater. It was like an oversized green sweater, and he had a bowl cut hairdo. And I was just like, ooh, like he's really cute. You know, I tell Sarah. Sarah's like, dude, I noticed him too. Like, this guy is it. And he was like the only cute guy there. So we were like, okay, well, like, what's the plan? Are we gonna go for this guy? Or like, what are we gonna do? Like, and no, we're not talking like, oh, we're gonna go for this guy for like a threesome. No, that's not what's happening. We just both thought he was cute, so we both wanted to get his number because we know neither one of us were gonna date him, so we did not care. So, you know, we were trying to like, we haven't watched him already to see if he was talking to girls, and this one drunk Korean girl came up to him and was like, you could tell she was trying to get him to like dance with her, go somewhere with her, and he was like being polite and like letting her know like, no, I'm okay, that's not something I want to do. Mind you, they're talking in Korean, but we're so far that we can't hear, but you can usually tell from gestures when someone's like, nah, no, I'm okay, oh, thank you, oh, thank you, okay, you go that way, oh, thank you, okay, no, I'm okay, you know. So he was doing the basic, no, I'm okay, go that way with your friends. And what's it called? So I had thought off bat from seeing that, like, oh, like, he's not gonna be the one I want to talk to girls. Like, he's just here to have fun. You could already tell he was like drunk too, because of the way he would just randomly space out and just kind of start like swaying. And then you can like just see him like head down, swaying, just like, and then he'll like perk back up and start doing everything again. So we were like, okay, well, this guy is one, definitely drunk, two, not looking to like kick it with girls, maybe like doesn't want to dance with girls, and three, he was here with friends, guy friends though. There was no female friends with him or in his group. So we were like, okay, like, what's the plan? And our plan was, we're going to try to get his attention by dancing to him as close as we can. So we go and we're basically, he's on like a, what is it called? Like the bar. He's on the bar. And instead of being faced towards the bar, he's leaning against the bar with like his elbows. So he's leaning against the bar and, you know, he's like sipping his drink. He'll go back here and he'll just kind of watch the crowd. So Sarah and I go, you know, and we start dancing. Not exactly in front of him, but maybe about 2 or 3 people could fit between us. And so we're dancing, and drunk Korean girls, 1, 2, and drunk Korean guys, 1 and 2, approach us, but it's mainly the drunk Korean girls, and they're like, ah! And Sarah's like this really out, just woohoo type of girl, and when I'm with Sarah, I'm this really out, like woohoo type of girl. So they come and they're like, and we're like, woohoo, and then they're like, woohoo, and we're all just like, yes, and then we're just like, okay, let's dance. And so we all just start dancing. The Korean girls like jumping around, you know, like the type of, and then, you know, Sarah and I were like, okay, we're jumping. And so we start jumping. But we're still, you know, cute guy behind us. So, you know, it's a little. Anyways, anyways, it was a dance party break. Anyways, you know, we're all dancing and whatnot, and it starts getting like a little pushy shovey because the girls are so drunk that they're like falling onto us and then like yelling in our ears and getting in our faces. And I'm just like, okay, like you guys are wild. And Sarah and I had already had like a few drinks by then. You know, these girls, you could tell they had probably been drinking all night. And so we went, and from there we went to oh, we didn't go anywhere. From there we were still like just dancing, right? And it was just getting a little bit more rough. So I'm like, okay, like I'm getting pushed every here and there. Nothing big. I'm like, okay, I think I got this. Like, this isn't too bad, you know, just dodge here, dodge there. And then next thing I know, or I could, Okay, so I remember that the two drunk Korean girls were trying to hook up their two Korean guys. Now, I'm gonna call them the two drunk Korean guys only because I don't know for a fact that they were drunk. They seem pretty all the way there to me. Instead of, like oh, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I've been drinking a lot. Like, they seemed a-okay. And so, sorry, I'm using my camera to do my makeup. So, these girls are trying to get us to dance with these guys. These guys were not cute. And again, we had our eyes set on someone. So we're like, yeah, no, like, we're okay. We don't want to dance with your friends. And I think they got the hint because they didn't keep trying to dance with us. So we were like, all right, cool. You could tell that the guys didn't want to be there anymore. And they kind of kept trying to sway the girls to go away because they were like, okay, these girls aren't down for it, but these girls are down for it. And so, also with the fact of us not really being able to speak Korean, like Sarah knew some Korean, I knew like very, very basics, and these people did not know English. So, eventually they give up. Now, here's where crap gets crazy. So, how I said that the crowd was getting a bit rough. And next thing I know, I'm being pushed. So I'm going this way, and then I get pushed by the other drunk girl going this way. And then another drunk girl bumps into me forward. The cute Korean guy is right behind me. I didn't know how far behind me he was. I thought he was a few feet behind me. No, he was right behind me. And the drunk Korean girl pushed me from the front. She bumped into me, like, oh my God. And I go flying backwards, and the back of my head hits his mouth. It was not a tiny hit, like a little oop boop. No, it was a full-on hit to where the back of my head was in pain. My head was in pain. So I know his mouth was in pain. And so I turn around, and he's taller than me. So I turn around and I look up, and I couldn't even think of Korean at the moment because I was so embarrassed. And I was just like, I am so sorry. Like, I don't know, like, I'm so sorry. It wasn't even my fault, but I'm sitting here apologizing because I feel so freaking bad for bumping into you. Like, my head is still hurting, so I know your mouth hurts. Like, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what happened. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. And the whole time, he's like, oh no, like, it's okay. It's okay, I'm fine. Like, don't worry about it. Doing the little prayer hands, being all cute and whatnot. Don't be cute after I just hit you in the head with the back of my head. Like, it's not a time to be cute. Gosh, be mad. Anyways. So, I'm embarrassed. So, I'm done dancing. I don't want to dance because they're still dancing in front of him. So, I go over, so the bar is like an L shape. But like this. Like this. It was like this. And he was standing here. So I went over here. So I went from here, and I went that way, went here, and then I went and stood here. He was here, I was here. We could see each other. And so I would like look up, and he would be looking at me, and then I look away really quick, like, oh gosh, like, it's embarrassing because I literally just hit you in the head. Like, doesn't your mouth hurt? Like, come on. I'm sorry, but still, doesn't your mouth hurt? Your mouth should hurt because I hit you pretty hard. And, like, I would look away really quick, but then I would look back, and he would be laughing, like, giggling and chuckling at me for, I don't know, being, like, shy now or embarrassed of what happened, even though he said it was fine, A lot of times, people be like, oh, no, it's fine, but actually still be upset. And so I was just like, okay, like, keeps looking over here and laughing at me. So by this time though, Sarah had came back, and I was telling Sarah, like, you know, he keeps looking over here and laughing at me. So I think he had called her over, and she was like, oh, like, let's go. And I was like, oh no, you go, like, I'm not going over there. And so she goes over to him, and I think he bought her a drink, or he like gave her some of his drink. I don't really know, if I'm being honest. And yeah, they were talking for a bit, and I was over there by myself, which is something that I didn't mind, because I was like, get it, girl, like, you got him, get him, yes, go for it. And then I look up again, and he's like calling for me to come over. Oh no, no, no. I told him no. And he was like, no, like, it's okay, like, I'm fine, come over here. Nope. Even Sarah was like, come on. No, not gonna happen. And so they started like laughing again. You could tell he was really just laughing at me, like, oh, is she really like that shy now? But so that happened. Eventually he called me over again. He called me over a few times, and then finally I was just like, man, forget it, fine, I'm gonna go over. And so I go over, and he was telling me how he's fine, like, he's okay, like, there's no need to be worried, and he gives me a drink. But by now, no more drinks for me. Like, Nani gets no more drinks. So I didn't drink the drink, and I pulled out my purse instead to get a water. So I was pulling out some money, and he was like, no, like, what do you want? And I was like, I want a water. Why is my hair doing this? I was like, I want a water. And he goes, no, like, you don't pay for anything. And I was like, what? And he was like, I got it, like, don't worry. And he called the person over. So Sarah and I thought he probably like knew the people. And he called the bartender over and asked for water. Didn't even have to pay. He asked for water, they gave him water, and then he gave the water to me. And I was just like, okay. And then we were all talking, right? And then Sarah and I, being Sarah and I, started dancing again. And he would start dancing with us. And then we would be talking to each other when he would stop dancing with us. We would be talking to each other. And he would come over and he'd be like, what? I want to know too. Like, tell me too. Like, I want to know. Like, you guys talking about me? Even though it's pretty obvious we talking about you. Who else are we going to be talking about? It was you. And we're like, oh, like, just laughing it off. Like, oh, no, no, no. And then we went back to the bar, and we're sitting there and we're talking, right? And then it kind of got quiet at a point, because you could tell he didn't speak a lot of English. We weren't fluent in Korean, so there was just no way for us to really, really communicate and have conversations. And then he comes up to me, and he's like, again, I say, he's drunk. He goes,
You like Korean people?
I'm like, I don't understand the question that much. In my head, I'm thinking, like, I don't really understand the question. Like, what do you mean, do I like Korean people? Like, do I like Korean people in Korea? Like, is that why I'm in Korea? Or do I like Korean people just period? Like, romantically, friend-wise? Am I not racist? Like, what are you asking me? And so I was just like, yes. And so I said yes. And he's like, he goes away and he goes,
Oh, oh,
and he comes back over and he goes,
I like black people.
and I was just like, huh? You like black people? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, and then he goes away for a bit. And Sarah, I told Sarah, I was like, he told me he likes black people. And she was like, no way. Like, he told me he likes white people. And so, you know, eventually Sarah takes down his Kakao Talk. And I was like, I'll just get it from Sarah, you know, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to take out my phone at the moment. And we leave. Well, once we leave, Sarah tells me, like, she didn't get it because, you know, we didn't have Wi-Fi. Or she didn't have Wi-Fi at the moment. I was like, dude, why didn't you tell me? But it was whatever because I wasn't trying to go after him anymore. I just wanted her to, I guess, her and him to get together. But, she, like, once we left, we were talking about it, and we were talking about how he was telling her, like, oh, do you like Korean people? And she'd be like, yeah. And then he would be like, oh, I like white people. And then do the same thing. Be like, oh, do you like Korean people? And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, oh, I like black people. And we were just kind of like, dude, like, was he trying to play us? But they were like, nah, he probably thought, like, he was gonna get, like, a threesome or something. Not today, son. But still to this day, you can't tell me that that Korean guy was not cute, because he absolutely was. I don't want a lot of color, I just want to pop color. But that's one story. I have so many stories, it's so bad. I guess I don't have so many. I have one where I throw up all over the place. We're not going there, ever. And then I have another one where I think, oh, okay, I'll tell this one, because this is also with Sarah. I think I was only with Sarah. I think it was the same day as this, actually. Sarah and I went to, you know, we were club hopping, and we get to this one club, and it was kind of empty. Like, it was low-key a flop. Like, there was no one in there, maybe like 7 people, including us. And so we go in there, and, you know, we're dancing, and some guys, when we were on our way in, some guys were on their way out, and we were, like, going woohoo to them, too, and they're like, oh, yeah, excuse me, and they're like, oh, yeah, and then we go inside. While we're going inside, I see them turn back around and come back inside. Now, from what we saw there was only one cute one, and we were just like, only him, no one else, right? And they come back inside, we can't find the cute one, and it's a different guy instead. So we're just like, it's not the cute guy, and both of the other, like, 2 ugly guys. So we're like, do we really? So we're like, okay, for fun, let's just dance. So we were dancing with them, and eventually we were like, all right, we're tired of this. I think Sarah kissed her guy that she was dancing with. I did not kiss mine. And we went into the bathroom because we were like, okay, we could get away from them here, they'll leave us alone. So we go into the bathroom, we come out, or we were talking about how, like, you know, like, nope, not our type, like, let's get our stuff, let's go, like, we're done. And so we're like, okay, we're just gonna walk out and we're gonna leave the bathroom and we're gonna go back to the other club that we were at. So we had already been to this club too. Thank the Lord. What the frick did I just do? This had black on it. No. So I'm gonna just keep going while I try to fix this disaster. Okay, is that fixed? We go to leave. When we open up the bathroom door, not the stalls, the actual door, they're still there waiting for us. And so we're like, what the freak? Like, why are they still here? Like, we had been in the bathroom for a while. Like, did they not get, you know, the memo? Did they didn't take a hint? Like, did they not take a hint? What's going on? Like, why are they still here? So, glow. So we were just like, okay, well, like, whatever. We're just gonna go out. Like, weird, why are they still here? And so we go to leave, and we notice that they're following us, and they're trying to get us to go too. And so Sarah's ahead of me, and she's going, and the guy I was dancing with, mind you, was not cute, was like holding on to me, and I get out of like the club doors, but then I have to go up the stairs to get actually fully out of the club. And I get out of the club doors, and he like grabs me and pulls me back. Sarah's already going up the stairs, and he's like telling me in very broken Korean, because again, he cannot speak English and I cannot speak Korean, but he was like, oh, like, why don't you stay with me? Like, why don't you stay here, stay with me? And I was like, no, I want to go with my friend. Like, let me go. And at this point, you know, like my little bit of Korean kicked in. So he was like, oh, like, why don't you stay with me? He's holding on to me by the arms. And I was like against, so there's usually in a club this spot where you could put your jackets and stuff like that. And he had me pushed against the window, not against the window, right next to the window. And then the door was right here, and he was right here in front of me. And he was kind of like holding me with his arms right here, down back here. And he was like, oh, like, why don't you stay with me? And then his arms went from here to here on my sides, and was like, oh, like, why don't you stay with me? Why don't you stay here? And then I'm like, no, like, I don't want to. And then I noticed he wasn't getting it, so I was just like, dude, Hajima, like, I don't like you, anjoayo. Like, that's all I could say at the moment. So I was just like, Hajima, anjoayo, 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 Hajima. And then, like, my Hajima started getting a little bit more like, Hajima, Hajima. And, like, I don't even know if I was saying it right, but that's how it was coming out, just Hajima, Hajima. And then it just kept going. And then finally, I went to, like, move, but he went to kiss me. And so I went to dodge his kiss, and he ended up licking me in my nostril. And it was not a pretty sight, and it did not feel good, and I was not happy about it. Like, here you are, one, unattractive, two, I had already told you, stop, no, or in Korean, stop, I don't like, and told you no in English. From the looks of it, you knew enough English to know I meant no. And you go to kiss me. And when I say, like, he licked me, he started from here, and, like, I moved my face to where he ended up licking me in my nostril, and it was disgusting. And by then, I was like, dude, like, let the freak get off of me. And I got him off of me a bit. I think Sarah came down by now, but I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. I think she stayed upstairs. And once I finally got upstairs to her, we went, and he was like tailgating us, like they were following us. And so we like ran kind of to the club that we were at before. And since we had already had access to the club, we had a band on, a wristband. We showed our wristband and we could just get into the club. And so we didn't have to worry about trying to like stand in line again and these guys bugging us, because these guys would have to stand in line to be able to get in. And they didn't want to do that. So we went straight in and they left. And we never saw them again. And it was amazing, because who wants to see someone who forcibly kissed you? Definitely not me. To the Korean guy who forcibly kissed me, if you're watching this, I hope you die lonely. Ooh, I might wear this look tomorrow. It's cute. Subtle but cute, you know? I just got it in my eye. Ow. But yeah, that's my crazy clubbing in Korea story. Final look. feel like it's not really blended well. Anyways, that is all for today. So goodbye, good night, good luck, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll start making more YouTube videos. If not, well then, sue me. Don't really sue me. Anyways, I will see you guys next time with whatever you tell me to do. Goodbye, my spicy people. Okay, we're done. What's poppin', my spicy team, crew, people, peeps, love bugs, love spicy people? What's popping, my spicy people? Anyways, let's try one more time. Oh, so what's poppin', my spicy people?